Hi, and welcome to the Middle of Life Kitchen. Today I'm pressure canning bourbon chicken. Nothing better than the sound of a jar sealing. Come along and let's get started with the recipe. This recipe is tripled, but I will give you the amounts for a single recipe, and a single recipe is for about 3 to 4 pounds of chicken. I used about 9.5. We're going to begin with chicken broth, and I am using 1 cup. Again, I'm tripling this recipe, that's why it looks bigger. Okay, this is 2/3 of soy sauce, 2/3 cup. Then we are putting in our apple juice, 1/2 cup. And then I'm doing my Evan Williams Kentucky Bourbon. The liquor store lady said that was a good one, so who knows. I don't really drink bourbon, but that was a 1/4 cup. Then apple cider vinegar, we are doing 2 tablespoons. I am using chili sauce, and you can use ketchup, but I like chili sauce in it. And this is 1/3 cup of brown sugar. Now I combined my ginger powder, my garlic powder, and my onion powder. The ginger powder is 3/4 to 1 teaspoon, garlic powder 1 teaspoon, and onion powder 1 teaspoon. Then you're going to put in your red pepper flakes, and those are 1 teaspoon. I actually, since I tripled this, it would have been 3, but I only put 2 in. I don't like it too spicy that I can't eat it. So I'm a wimpy limper, as my friend Linda from Linda's Pantry would say. Now we're going to stir it up good, and we're going to put it on the stove and get it warmed up and simmered. And now I'm putting in my chicken. Again, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, this is 10 pounds of chicken, and I did triple my recipe. The recipe is probably about 3 to 4 pounds of chicken. This is approximately 10. A little bit less, actually. Getting it all into my pot with my warmed and simmered broth, and now I'm going to transfer it back to the stove, and this is going to be a hot pack. So I'm going to give it a stir together. I'm going to wash this later also, since I touched it with chicken hands. Okay, we're going to start packing our jars. I am doing 1.5 jars, and you're going to want to be filling your chicken and broth into 1 1/4 inch headspace. This is how it looks after you warm it up. What I like about the hot pack method is it cooks the chicken slightly. It's not cooked all the way through by any means, but what it does is it creates the chicken to reduce in its size a little bit, and that way you're getting a more true read on what your headspace will be at the end due to it being cooked slightly. It also has a nicer result when it comes out of the jar. You are going to debubble, and you are filling again to 1 1/4 inch headspace. I am using vinegar on my towel. That way it does not have any sticky substances that could basically not make my lid seal because there's something sticky there. It's just a prevention method for the rim to connect to the jar. Then you're going to put your ring on, fingertip tight, and into the warm canner it goes. Just going to do a second jar with you. You're going to repeat all the same steps over again. Get your jar filled with chicken and liquid, and I don't really pack it down too heavily. I don't mind if I have to use more jars, and if I have a little left over, hey, bonus, dinner, don't have to cook. Nothing like trying to cook a dinner after you've been canning a long session with meat. This will be processed at 90 minutes because I am using a 1.5 pint jar. Again, we're going to be debubbling. I feel like I have a little bit too much liquid. It was more about an inch of headspace at this point. So all you have to do is take a spoon and get a little bit of the liquid out to get to my 1 1/4 inch headspace. Debubble again just in case. And again, we're going to wipe our rims. Put our lid on, put our band on, or ring, whatever you call it. I use it interchangeably. I think I've said that before. And now I'm going into my warming canner. It's not by any means boiling hot. It's just warming up so there is not shock to my jars. Hot pack, you're going to have a warming canner. And I will get these all filled and be back. I ended up with 8 1.5 pint jars of bourbon chicken. Exciting, one of my favorite recipes. Now I am trying to show you the steady stream of steam. Say that fast a couple times. It's sometimes hard to pick up, but you can kind of sort of see it. But that's going to do your vent for 10 minutes. Then you're going to put your weight on. You're going to wait for it to come up to pressure. And then you're going to wait for your hula. You'll see that my gauge says 12. But what I really do at this point is start to listen to the nice, slower dance of the actual jiggler. Once you process, after coming up to pressure, 90 minutes, because again, I did 1.5 pint jars. Here they are. Now you're going to let them sit on your counter for 24 hours without touching, just to make sure all your lids seal. Here is a great example of watching a lid seal and hearing it pop. Thank you for watching today. If you like what you saw here today, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. And I will see you next time at the Miller Life Kitchen. Bye.